So I think with maybe the first day, I was stuck sitting in there going, so they want another dig in a hole. You know what? Fuck digging a hole. I like Toots and the Maytals. What would Toots and the Maytals do? We recorded Turn the Lights On. It was written and recorded in a couple of hours. It was just like, okay, hang on a sec. What's that drum beat we got? Okay, cool. We had recorded these drums earlier for something else. So we had those drums. Now this is before Pro Tools and all that stuff. Digital stuff was in its nascency. Like we didn't have the ability to take drums from a different song and put them on a new song was completely harebrained scheme. But that's what we did. Gary played guitar. I played bass. And we made that little track for Turn the Lights On. It just sounded like Toots and the Maytals. We were just killing ourselves laughing at how cool it was. Give me 5 minutes. I just wrote like a Toots and the Maytals kind of song. I have had my share of fight. Yeah, man. It would be exactly what Toots would do. And then I put a quirky little guitar solo. I had broken a string earlier when we made, Better Get Used to It, another very successful single from that record. I broke a string recording the solo and hadn't gotten around to changing the string. So I recorded Turn the Lights On with 5 strings on a Les Paul, which is kind of why the guitar solo sounds so squonky and quirky and weird. I was missing a string. I had to make it work. I didn't have time to be messing with guitar string changes. I don't care. Just give me the guitar. Let's put a part on here. Really, in about 2 hours, we had that song done, and we set it aside, and then just went down the slippery slope of what else will really piss the record company off. We did a James Brown kind of thing. We had some drums. We turned up the tape deck so they were going double speed, and then I put these like Black Sabbath sounding guitars to this sort of James Brown lyric, which was just a joke song to begin with, that I took, and worked on with, I had friends who later went on to be Broken Social Scene, but Andrew Whiteman had that song sort of kicking around, and it was just a joke song. It's like a James Brown song, but it's about people trying to be cool and trying to be hip. I'm like, yeah, I'll send them that one. They'll hate this. So we did that in the same studio. Same with Girl Watcher. It was like just, raw, It was kind of tongue in cheek where we did it. It was like, okay, you want just songs about girls and TNA and just big, rock guitars. This will be funny. So man, half of that record was recorded of us just trying to piss off the record company. And all of those songs became the singles on the record. And it wasn't till we'd already had a couple of really successful singles. And we said, Turn the Lights On goes over really big in concert. And I'm like, I don't think anyone will play it. It's not rock enough for rock, and it's not, we just don't think it'll get played on the radio. They go, oh yeah. Well, you didn't think Digging a Hole would get played on the radio. You damn sure didn't think The Scene would get played on the radio. Let's try it. Man, there was a day in Toronto, I heard my song, talk about hearing your own song on the radio. I heard Turn the Lights on the classic rock radio, Toronto. I heard it the same day on the alternative rock station. I also heard it on the Flow, which was the urban station. And it got played on a reggae, after hours reggae program on the university radio station, all the same day. So it got played on a reggae program on the hip hop show, and it got played on pop radio, rock radio, alternative radio. So what was your problem again with Big Sugar? Like, come on, man. Remember when you said, go to your room, you can't make any more records today? So that's my heated story, and I'm sticking to it. But that still remains like the record where everything after that sounds like Big Sugar. That's our sound, and we're sticking to it.
Yeah, and to back that up, Turn the Lights On is actually your most played song on Spotify. It's 4.3 million spins on Spotify. And I have to point out one part in the song. So the part where, you know, if I'm sleeping like a log, just wake me up and I'll be your dog, with the barking song, with the barking sounds followed by the guitar solo. That moment might be my favorite Big Sugar moment of any song, period. And I have a few quick questions. Do you remember writing that lyric? Are you actually making the dog barking sounds?
Yes,
And in you mentioned now that there's a broken guitar string. I was going to ask, are you actually tuning the low string during the solo? It sounds like you
maybe.
play a few notes and then there's like a wow wow, you know. I don't know, it sounds like there's
Yeah,
guitar tuning during the solo.
that's probably what it is. I only did it once on a 5 string Les Paul. I didn't have all day. Remember, I was a bad boy. I'd been sent to my room. We didn't have any kind of budget. We were only working a couple of hours a day because that's all the budget would allow for. So I was like, I don't even need 6 strings to make this. Spite was definitely driving the driving the engine hard, uh, and it just made us dig our heels in and stay true to what we were doing. It's not important that I have 6 strings perfectly in tune. That's not what makes a great song. Did it have a vibe? Did it get the point across? It does perfectly. It does all those things. So as long as it fit our criteria, that's all we really cared about. And to this day, that's all we really care about. So we'll just continue doing this for the people that like this. If we got to do something different to make it, no thanks, I'm good.